to try for the kingdom if I can, 'cause it makes me feel like I'm a man. When I put a spike into my vein, oh, I tell you things aren't quite the same. When I'm rushing on my run, and I feel just like Jesus' son, and I guess I just don't know, and I guess that I just don't know.
Wow, goddamn, Lou Reed, that's the Velvet Underground, you heard? Oh, what the hell am I playing that for? It's a New York band, right? Velvet Underground. Lou Reed singing there with the violin, one song, one man, one song with a little violin accompaniment, heroin. Ooh. It's a real New York feel, right? That's what it is. New York, the grit, the sound, the feeling of New York, right? And that's what I was trying to find out yesterday about Elizabeth Warren out in the park. Here she is in New York, but is she doing it? Is she grabbing the attention of New York? What was going on in that park yesterday that made me so goddamn uncomfortable? I don't know, because if you were there and you were watching along with me, you remember I was out in the park, I'm trying to talk to people. Look at him, look how handsome he is. He's got his wig on. Everything's perfect, man. He's got his wig, he brushed his teeth, he's talking to Trump. And people were just like standoffish, and I couldn't figure out what it was until today. Because I didn't stay for the speech. I didn't stay, but I did listen to it, and I'm going to play the clips that really stood out to me. Because why stand out in the park for all those hours, you know? It's just fucking hot and bumpy and shit. Who wants to be out, you know, fucking, I don't stay out past 7 o'clock. Anyway, so, you know, what else? I was there. I came back after it rained. There was a little bit of a rain. I thought people would get scared away. And I wanted to take a view of the crowd because I knew that the media was going to lie. Who's lying about the crowd size, right? So there it is, right? See the crowd is important, right? Forget about what she's saying because the evidence is in the, you know, it's in the voters, right? How many voters and what's going on in their minds? Can Elizabeth Warren win the presidency? Can she beat Donald Trump? Can she beat Bernie Sanders in the primary? Is any of it real anyway? Are they going to pick any of these people, Sanders or Warren, or are they just going to go with the corporate pick, as I told you, Joe Biden? So, big, huge crowd. How many people did I estimate while I was there? I don't know. I put it at about 5,000, 4,000, 5,000. There were no people outside the perimeter of the venue, of the park. Right? All the concentration was inside the park. Now, let's see what the fake news is saying about it. New York Police Department and Parks Recreation said, excuse me, a crowd of 8,000 to 10,000 people were anticipated for Monday's speech. Miss Warren's campaign said the crowd exceeded 20,000, though the estimate could not be independently verified. Well, I'll independently verify it. When Bernie Sanders spoke at Washington Square Park, and when Barack Obama spoke at Washington Square Park, there were an estimated 26,000 people. And if you look at the picture, right, this is the immediate area. Now, it's a nice crowd. I'm not downplaying the crowd. It was not 20,000. I'd put it between 5,000 and 6,000 people. Right? Certainly not the 8 or 10, because there was nobody outside of the park. You could just walk right into the park and, you know, stay and see it and be relatively close. But with Bernie Sanders, I was 2 blocks away on the, you know, I couldn't even get in the park. That's how crowded it was. Same with Barack Obama. So numbers matter. They do matter. So let's just look at I want to talk about what Warren said. But first, let's look at the polling, the fake polling. Let's make sure that we're clear on the polling, right? So they got New York Democratic presidential primary. The New York presidential primary, this is September 17, so this is today. Siena poll has Biden 22, Warren 17, Sanders 15. Again, Gabbard won. This is again, the polling is fake. I don't want to keep saying it, but I'll say it again. The polling is fake. It's corporatized, polling. Pick the object is to elevate Biden. You see Harris dropping in the polls. So I told you right from the beginning. I was the one who said it. While all the progressive pundits were saying, "Oh, Camilla, oh, Camilla, oh, Kamala Harris." No, I told you right away that you follow the money. Joe Biden, they're pumping the money into Joe Biden. Shit sandwich. Now, a lot of people are not paying attention yet, but they will be very soon. So, nonetheless, Siena poll has Biden at 22, Warren 17, Sanders 15. Politico, Biden 32 to Warren 18, Sanders 20. The Economist, as of on September 11, had Biden 26, Warren 26. Wow. So they have him. So they're obviously pushing Warren. So this is a significant rally. This is a significant person to be covering. Why? Because she has the widespread attention of somebody. Somebody, at least the money, is paying attention to Elizabeth Warren because they're plugging her in the polls. They're pushing her up in the polls. It's not people. It's money. Right? So let's listen to Elizabeth Warren. Now she's supposed to be the great bringer together. Right? The bringer together. Right? She's supposed to bring all people together. Right? That's her message. Right? And Donald Trump is the opposite of that. But she's talking about what? Wait till you hear what she said about men. She split the goddamn population in half and said, nothing that I'm not here because of any men. Am I making it up? Let's listen. So, come on, baby.
Okay, so let's start with the obvious. Donald Trump is corruption in the flesh. He's sworn to serve the people of the United States, but he only serves himself and his partners in corruption. He tries to divide us. White against black, Christians against Muslim.
He tries to divide us. Listen to that. That's an important line. Watch.
Straight against queer and trans, and everyone against immigrants. Because if we're all busy fighting each other, no one will notice that he and his buddies are stealing more and more of our country's wealth and destroying the future for everyone else.
I mean, she's right about the corporate, the billionaires stealing our wealth. But why is she blaming Trump? Trump is just, is an accelerant on the fire. Everybody knew that. Where's the mistake? But why is the Democratic Party any different? They're exactly the same. They all take the same money. There is no division. There is no difference today between Democrat and Republican. Elizabeth Warren has the same donors as Donald Trump or Ted Cruz or any of those guys or any of the senators that are sitting in the Senate. They take the same money.
I am especially glad.
This is big. I'm sorry that the audio might be a little low, so you might have to push the volume a little bit. It just is the way it is. Listen.
To be here in Washington Square Park. I wanted to give this speech right here, and not because of the arch behind me or the president that this square is named for. Nope. We are not here today because of famous arches or famous men. In fact, we're not here because of men at all. Because of famous arches or famous men. In fact, we're not here because of men at all.
We're not here because of men at all. We're not here because of famous arches or famous men or men at all. Wow, I'm hurt by that. That hurt me. That struck me viscerally. And it explains some of what I was experiencing yesterday with the nasty, not nasty, but very standoffish crowd. As I worked my way around, as I worked my magic, which I am very, very good at, very talented, very handsome man, working his way around the crowd, trying to bring people into the fold to talk about Elizabeth Warren. I was getting snubbed left and right. It was difficult. It was an arm wrestle. And I was wondering why. Because she's the great divider. Right? It's women, right? It's women pitted against men. And if you're a man, then you have to be on that side, say, oh yeah, men suck. Something like that, right? Isn't it crazy? But I'm not making it up. I'm just telling you what I heard. Here it is.
I'm not here today because of famous arches or famous men. In fact, we're not here because of men at all.
My point is, what a belligerently stupid thing to say in a campaign. What a stupid thing to say. You just cut the country in half by, between who has one and who doesn't. It's ridiculous. So let's listen to more. She made some good points. I just want to point them out. Fair is fair.
We're here because of some hard-working women. Take any big problem we have in America today, and you don't have to dig very deep to see the same system at work. Climate change, gun safety, health care. On the face of it, these three are totally different issues. But despite our being the strongest and wealthiest country in the history of the world, our democracy is paralyzed. And why? Because giant corporations have bought off our government. Americans are killed by floods and fires in a rapidly warming planet. Why? Because huge fossil fuel corporations have bought off our government. Americans are killed with unthinkable speed and efficiency in our streets and our stores and our schools. Why? Because the gun industry has bought off our government. Americans are dying because they can't afford to fill prescriptions or pay for treatment. Why? Because health insurance companies and drug companies have bought off our government.
See, that's the thing about Elizabeth Warren. She says a lot of good stuff. You see, she made some good points on healthcare. She makes points on the fossil fuel industry, right? So she's right. She's right that the lobbyists and the people in D.C. are buying off our politicians. And then ultimately the elected official, quote, elected official, then turns to the donor and says, how may I help you, dear? How may I help you? They turn their back on the people and they turn right to the donor and say, you keep giving me that money, I'll give you your favor, right? That's what they do. She's right.
Now, when you see a government that works great for those with money and connections and doesn't work for much of anyone else.
You mean just like Hillary Clinton?
That's corruption, plain and simple, and we need to call it out for what it is.
Okay, how are you going to do it? By taking the money?
Republican politicians sold out a long time ago.
So she makes this crazy point. Republican politicians have sold out a long time ago. Republican politicians, but not the Democrats. No. Not the Democratic president, not them. No. Just the Republicans. Only one side of the aisle takes the money. No, they all take the money. You fucking liar. You fucking liar.
Filling the courts with judges who expand the rights of corporations while they destroy the rights of citizens. Passing tax cuts for wealthy donors while doing nothing.
See, that's what I'm talking about. There's two divisions there. One, male and female, split people up, get them fighting amongst each other, gay, straight, whatever, fuck, all these, it's different genders, right? All these fucking crazy people, right? Split them up, men, women, and now she says, okay, she's going for the right, left, the red, blue, the Democrat, Republican. All the Republicans are in the pocket of the large corporations, but the Democrats, no, they don't. They're all bleeding. They're all for the people. But there's no evidence of that. Right? There's more evidence that they're all money grabbers.
Nothing to help working families and sucking up corporate donations while lying about climate change, lying about guns, and lying about health care.
All right. Thank you, Elizabeth Warren. So, I don't know. So, Marcus Conte reporting. I'm coming away with I'm trying to get a reason why it was so uncomfortable in Washington Square Park as I was working my way around the event. Kindly watch those videos. Watch the videos where I was talking to people. I got a feel of how many people were there. I put it around 5,000 or 6,000. The New York City Police anticipated 8,000 to 10,000, and Elizabeth Warren declares a whopping 20,000 people in attendance. So we just deflate those numbers to the true numbers, right? It's probably about $5,000, which is impressive. It was an impressive sized crowd, no doubt about it. But what was the message? Divide people on party and divide people on sex, right? That's what I heard. I mean, did I hear it right? Because that's what I think I heard, right? It's fucking crazy shit, man. So, and the polls are all rigged, the election's rigged, the primaries are rigged, but nonetheless, Elizabeth Warren is being thrown out into the front. She's one of three people that could be the nominee, that might be the nominee. That's Bernie Sanders, Joe Biden, and Elizabeth Warren. 1, 2, 3, right? Could be, will most likely be the nominee. I know. There's a couple of holder-oners there, people holding out that Hillary Clinton is going to come back. They're going to raise Hillary Clinton from the dead, right? They're going to raise her up, and they're going to bring her out on the golden muumuu. They're going to bring her out on a silver platter and run fucking Hillary Clinton again. How ridiculous, man! There's no way she can win. There's no way. It's fucking stupid. It's just a stupid idea. But anyway. So, Marcus Conte reporting, still reporting, and now I'm not reporting anymore. Oh, no, you know what? You know why? Oh, I made that mistake because we got to listen to some more Lou Reed. I'll take you out.
I've decided a couple of things. But I know that I'm going trying to get my life. 'Cause when the blood begins to flow, when it shoots up the drop of his neck, when I'm closing in on death,